Happy Easter weekend, everybody! Today we are making some Easter cookies. To make these Easter cookies, we used a sugar cookie recipe. So for these sugar cookies, we used 2 1/3 cup of butter, 1 1/2 cups of sugar, and we creamed that together and then mixed in the dry ingredients. 3 2/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 1/2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Then we added 4 teaspoons of milk, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 eggs, and mixed that all together till it created the sugar cookie dough. So you have to let this dough chill for 30 minutes, so we split it into about 2 halves, and we wrapped it up in parchment paper. You're actually supposed to use wax paper, but we didn't have any, so we improvised and used parchment paper. After it chilled in the fridge for 30 minutes, we rolled it out with a little bit of flour so that it didn't stick to the parchment paper and to the counter, and we cut it out into some Easter shapes. And we're actually doing some like kind of Disney themed cookies too, because we made some Minnie and Mickey cookies. And you can't make Easter cookies without icing. So for the icing, it's a super simple recipe. You actually use 2 cups of powdered sugar, 2 egg whites, and a tisp.
Now yeast, 1 tisp. Tisp?
1 teaspoon.
Oh, 1 teaspoon, of course.
And a tisp of cream of tartar. And I say tisp, which is a teaspoon, but tisp is from Sleeping Beauty, if you didn't know. I almost forgot to tell you, you have to bake the cookies after you cut them into shapes, obviously. And we baked them for about 7 minutes at 350 degrees in the oven on like the middle rack. But now it's time to decorate. We made some colorful icings, and we're just really excited to make these into edible delectables, as Josh likes to say. So I said we made Easter cookies, but I didn't exactly say what we made for Easter cookies. So the shapes that we actually picked out were some egg shape, 2 different rabbits, one's more of a face and one's more of like a side whole body, a couple tulips, some like regular kind of like daisy type flowers. We have a Mickey and a Minnie. We have a butterfly. And then we have out the letters to spell Easter. I have like this whole giant pack of cookie cutters, and this is what we had from it. Now obviously the Mickey and Minnie didn't come with that. I had to buy those separately, but I mean we can use Mickey and Minnie for all year long, so had to have those. But I'm currently working on multiple cookies because I want some of my icing to be a little bit dry before I add different colors and like layers to the cookie. So I have a Minnie Mouse going on right now, and I have a little egg that I'm gonna kind of turn into a chick. And then I have a like daisy type flower going on here. Hannah's working on a little egg and a daisy as well. We tried to make our icings like pastel colors, and whenever you're putting your icing on, like I said, you can do some like layers with the icing, but the thinner you make your icing on the cookie, the quicker it's gonna dry, and then the more icing you'll have in the long run. So I said how I made the icing with the 2 cups of sugar. I think I said the wrong amount of tartar. It's 1/4 of a tisp of tartar, of cream of tartar, and then the 2 egg whites. I actually made a triple batch to get this amount of icing. But right now I'm working on the base of the daisy. I already did the base of my egg. I've got the bow of my Minnie Mouse drying right now, because I don't really want colors to mix. So I'm trying to make sure I do them separately. We have some toothpicks here too to kind of help spread out the icing and to make like some different designs on the cookies. decorating for quite some time, and we still have like lots left. Half? We've maybe done half so far. So yeah, decorating cookies takes a long time. It also took us a long time to make the dough, make the icing, mix the colors, pour it into the bottles, and now to actually sit here and decorate all these. Now, if you just do little stuff like these dots, it's like super quick, but then you can get a little bit more intricate, like this little chick I decided to make. And the ones that you like color in a little bit more with more details, they take a little while. So we're gonna keep decorating. Decorating. And when you make a batch of cookies like this and put all this hard work and effort into it, not only do you need a video of it, you gotta get a picture. And of course you gotta reorganize to make the picture look right. Did we both blink too much?
I don't know, I just took a bunch of them.
That's cute. So I'm sure that was a lot of B-roll and time-lapsing, but it was fun for us to make cookies, even though it took a really long time. But actually, I think the decorating took us less time than to actually make the cookies and make the icing.
Yeah.
So let us know if you have ever made some Easter cookies for Easter. But before we go, we gotta try one of these. This one. Cheers. Cheers.